Have you ever felt like you're working incredibly hard, putting in all the hours, following all the advice, yet the money just doesn't seem to flow your way? You see others achieving financial success and you wonder, what are they doing that I'm not? It's not a lack of effort, I assure you. It's something far more profound, something that resides within the depths of your own mind. You might be unknowingly sabotaging your own financial well-being with habits and thought patterns you're not even aware of. We're constantly bombarded with messages about money. Save more, invest wisely, hustle harder. But what if the real key to attracting wealth isn't about doing more, but about undoing the things that are actively pushing it away? What if the very strategies you're employing are, in fact, the roadblocks on your path to abundance? The truth is, many of us are operating from a place of lack, driven by fears and insecurities that were ingrained long ago. These deeply rooted beliefs are like invisible magnets, repelling the very financial freedom we so desperately desire. Think about the last time you received an unexpected bill. What was your immediate reaction? Was it a sense of panic, a feeling of dread? A litany of complaints about how unfair life is? These seemingly insignificant reactions are actually powerful signals you're sending out to the universe. They're affirmations of your belief in scarcity, reinforcing the idea that there's never enough. And the universe, being the accommodating force that it is, simply reflects back what you're projecting. This isn't about positive thinking in the superficial sense. It's about understanding the fundamental laws of the universe, the principles that govern the flow of energy and abundance. It's about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the vibration of wealth. It's about recognizing that you are a powerful creator, capable of attracting anything you desire, but only if you first clear the internal obstacles that are holding you back. Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to approach money with a sense of calm confidence, knowing that you are worthy of abundance and that it is flowing to you effortlessly. Imagine releasing the fear of lack, the anxiety of debt, and the constant worry about the future. This isn't some unattainable fantasy. It's a reality that is within your reach, but it requires a willingness to look inward, to challenge your limiting beliefs, and to embrace a new way of thinking about money. We're not going to focus on quick-fix solutions or get-rich-quick schemes. Instead, we're going to delve into the underlying causes of your financial struggles. We're going to explore the subconscious programming that's been shaping your financial reality, and we're going to equip you with the tools and strategies you need to reprogram your mind for success. This is about creating a lasting transformation, a fundamental shift in your relationship with money that will empower you to create a life of true abundance and financial freedom. Often, the source of our financial woes lies not in the external world of markets and investments, but within the internal landscape of our own minds. Specifically, the beliefs we harbor about money, often inherited and rarely scrutinized, exert a powerful influence on our financial outcomes. These beliefs, deeply embedded in our subconscious, act as a sort of financial thermostat, dictating the level of abundance we allow into our lives. Consider, if you will, the individual raised in a home where money was a constant source of stress and conflict. Perhaps they overheard their parents arguing about bills or witnessed them struggling to make ends meet. Over time, this child may develop a subconscious association between money and anxiety, leading them to believe that wealth is inherently stressful or unattainable. As they grow older, this belief can manifest in various ways, from self-sabotaging spending habits to an aversion to taking financial risks, effectively limiting their potential for financial success. Alternatively, picture someone growing up in an environment where wealth was viewed with suspicion or disdain. Perhaps they were taught that rich people are greedy or immoral, or that pursuing financial success is somehow inherently selfish. This individual may unconsciously resist accumulating wealth, fearing that it will compromise their values or alienate them from their loved ones. They might even find themselves drawn to careers or lifestyles that offer little financial reward, despite their potential for greater earning power. These are just two examples of how childhood experiences can shape our money beliefs and influence our financial destinies. However, the impact of these early influences extends far beyond our personal experiences. Cultural norms, societal expectations, and even the media we consume can all contribute to the formation of our money mindset. We are constantly bombarded with messages about what it means to be successful, what we should aspire to own, and how we should manage our money. These messages, often subtle and insidious, can shape our perceptions of wealth and influence our financial decisions in ways we are not even aware of. See, you've got to understand something, Bob Proctor would often say. The paradigm is controlling the vibration. The vibration is controlling the results. He emphasized that our paradigms, our deeply ingrained mental programs, are the driving force behind our actions and outcomes. If our paradigms are rooted in scarcity and limitation, we will inevitably attract more of the same into our lives. Building on this, the first step toward transforming your financial reality is to become aware of your own money beliefs. Take some time to reflect on your early experiences with money. What messages did you receive about wealth and success? What associations do you have with money? What fears or anxieties do you experience when you think about your finances? By identifying your limiting beliefs, you can begin to challenge them and replace them with more empowering perspectives. This process of self-discovery is crucial for unlocking your potential for financial abundance. It's about rewriting the internal narrative that has been holding you back and creating a new story of prosperity and financial freedom. Beyond the realm of personal experiences, ubiquitous misconceptions about wealth often act as self-imposed barriers to prosperity. One particularly damaging myth involves equating net worth with self-worth. The pervasive narrative frequently suggests that financial success is a direct reflection of an individual's intelligence, competence, or even moral character. Consequently, those struggling financially may internalize a sense of inadequacy, believing themselves to be fundamentally flawed or less deserving of happiness. This insidious association can trigger a cycle of self-sabotage, where individuals subconsciously undermine their own financial prospects to reinforce their pre-existing beliefs about their inherent worthlessness. Conversely, another widespread fallacy portrays the pursuit of wealth as inherently materialistic or morally dubious. This notion, often perpetuated in popular culture, suggests that amassing riches necessarily requires compromising one's values or exploiting others. As a result, many individuals with strong ethical convictions may unconsciously resist accumulating wealth, fearing that it will corrupt them or force them to compromise their integrity. They may prioritize altruistic pursuits or choose careers that offer personal fulfillment over financial gain, inadvertently limiting their potential for financial abundance. However, consider the alternative perspective. Money, in its essence, is simply a tool. It's a neutral instrument that can be used for good or ill, depending on the intentions of the wielder. Building substantial wealth doesn't necessitate sacrificing your values. In fact, it can empower you to make a more significant, positive impact on the world. Philanthropists, social entrepreneurs, and ethical business leaders demonstrate that it's entirely possible to amass considerable wealth while simultaneously contributing to the betterment of society. Furthermore, the idea that only a select few are destined for financial success is demonstrably false. The belief in innate financial limitations can be exceptionally debilitating, particularly for those from disadvantaged backgrounds. This mindset suggests that factors such as socioeconomic status, educational opportunities, or even genetic predispositions predetermine an individual's financial trajectory. Such a deterministic outlook can discourage ambition, stifle creativity, and prevent individuals from pursuing opportunities that could lead to greater financial freedom. You become what you think about all day long, as Bob Proctor often articulated. If your thoughts are consumed by limitations and perceived impossibilities, those thoughts become your reality. But consider how this applies when you face the challenge of shifting your mindset. Recognize that financial success isn't a matter of luck or destiny. It's a skill that can be learned, cultivated, and mastered by anyone willing to invest the time and effort. Refrain from limiting yourself based on past circumstances or perceived shortcomings. Instead, embrace the belief that you have the potential to create a future of limitless abundance. Now consider how this applies when you encounter setbacks. Many interpret financial turbulence as a personal indictment, a sign of inherent inadequacy. Contrast this with viewing challenges as mere feedback. A failed venture, a market downturn. These aren't verdicts on your worth, but data points. They offer invaluable insights into refining your strategies, adjusting your course, and ultimately, strengthening your financial acumen. See each perceived failure not as a full stop, but as a comma in the unfolding narrative of your financial journey. Another crucial layer is the distinction between frugality and a scarcity mindset. Thrifty habits, mindful spending, and disciplined saving are undeniably cornerstones of financial stability. However, when these practices stem from a place of fear, a deep-seated anxiety about running out, a reluctance to invest in oneself, or a constant preoccupation with potential loss, they can paradoxically impede wealth accumulation. Think of it like a coiled spring. The tighter you hold on, the more forcefully it snaps back. A scarcity mindset breeds hesitation, prevents calculated risks, and ultimately limits your ability to capitalize on opportunities. Conversely, an abundance mindset, characterized by generosity, a willingness to invest in growth, and a belief in the limitless potential of the universe, attracts wealth like a magnet. This isn't about reckless spending, it's about understanding that money is a circulating energy, and that freely giving and investing in yourself and others creates a positive feedback loop. Picture a farmer who hoards his seeds, fearing a shortage. He might survive the season, but he'll never reap a bountiful harvest. The farmer who sows generously, trusting in the earth's capacity to provide, is the one who ultimately thrives. Deeper still lies the concept of deservingness. Many harbor a subconscious belief that they are somehow unworthy of great wealth, perhaps due to past mistakes, feelings of guilt, or a lack of confidence. This sense of unworthiness creates an internal conflict, a resistance to receiving the abundance that is rightfully yours. Visualize a garden hose with a kink in it. The water can flow, but its progress is restricted. Similarly, a belief in your inherent lack of worthiness constricts the flow of financial prosperity. To untangle this, actively cultivate a sense of self-compassion and self-acceptance. Forgive yourself for past financial missteps. Acknowledge your inherent value and affirm your worthiness of abundance. Recognize that you are a unique and valuable individual, deserving of all the good that life has to offer, including financial prosperity. As you embrace this truth, you'll begin to unlock the doors to a life of limitless abundance and financial freedom. Now let's turn our attention to how small, deliberate actions can powerfully reshape your internal money narrative and, consequently, your financial landscape. A prevailing misconception suggests that mindset shifts require monumental, overnight transformations. In reality, lasting change often stems from consistent, incremental adjustments to your daily routine, carefully chosen to cultivate a more prosperous outlook. Consider the transformative effect of cultivating gratitude for your current financial situation, regardless of its present state. Instead of fixating on what you lack, consciously acknowledge the blessings you already possess: a roof over your head, food on the table, access to health care. This isn't about ignoring financial realities. It's about shifting your focus from scarcity to abundance, recognizing that you already have more than you realize. Start a gratitude journal, documenting 3 things you're thankful for each day, specifically related to money. It could be as simple as appreciating a small discount you received, a paycheck you earned, or even the ability to afford a cup of coffee. This exercise, performed consistently, gradually reprograms your subconscious to recognize and appreciate the flow of abundance in your life. Furthermore, explore the power of financial visualization. For many, the thought of wealth conjures images of stress, responsibility, or even guilt. Combat this by creating a vivid mental picture of your ideal financial future, one that is aligned with your values and aspirations. Imagine yourself living comfortably, pursuing your passions, and contributing to causes you care about. Feel the emotions associated with this vision: joy, gratitude, freedom. Visualize yourself effortlessly managing your finances, making wise investments, and attracting opportunities for growth. Engage with this visualization daily, immersing yourself in the sights, sounds, and sensations of your prosperous future. This practice, repeated consistently, etches a new blueprint of abundance into your subconscious mind, aligning your thoughts and feelings with your desired financial reality. Consequently, consider how you speak about money. Do you habitually complain about the cost of things, lament your lack of funds, or express anxiety about your financial future? These negative pronouncements, though seemingly innocuous, reinforce a scarcity mindset and perpetuate a cycle of lack. Consciously reframe your language, choosing words that reflect abundance, possibility, and gratitude. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," try saying, "It's not a priority right now." Instead of dwelling on your debts, focus on your progress toward financial freedom. Speak about money with respect, appreciation, and optimism, and you'll begin to attract more of it into your life. Another crucial layer involves aligning your spending with your values. Mindful spending isn't about deprivation. It's about consciously choosing where to allocate your resources in a way that reflects your priorities and brings you genuine joy. Instead of mindlessly accumulating possessions, invest in experiences, education, or causes that are meaningful to you. When you spend money in alignment with your values, you create a sense of fulfillment and purpose, which in turn attracts more abundance into your life. Conversely, break free from the trap of comparing yourself to others. Social media often presents a distorted view of reality, showcasing curated images of wealth and success that can trigger feelings of envy, inadequacy, and scarcity. Resist the urge to compare your financial journey to that of others, remembering that everyone's path is unique. Focus on your own progress, celebrate your achievements, and trust that you are on the right track. By releasing the need for external validation, you free yourself to pursue your own definition of success and create a life of genuine abundance. The journey to financial mastery invariably involves claiming a new identity, one that resonates with the energy of prosperity and self-assuredness. It's about discarding the cloak of financial victimhood and stepping into the mantle of a confident, capable wealth creator. This transformation isn't merely about accumulating assets, it's about cultivating an inner landscape that naturally attracts and stewards resources effectively. Consider, for instance, someone who has always identified as bad with money. Perhaps they've struggled with debt, impulsive spending, or a general lack of financial planning. This self-label, reinforced by past experiences and societal narratives, becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, limiting their potential for growth. To break free, they must actively challenge this ingrained belief and begin to cultivate a new identity as someone who is financially savvy, responsible, and capable of creating wealth. This involves more than just adopting new habits. It requires a fundamental shift in self-perception. As a contrasting example, reflect on individuals who view their professional pursuits solely as a means to an end, a way to make a living. They may harbor resentment toward their jobs, focusing on the drudgery and sacrificing personal fulfillment for the sake of a paycheck. This mindset creates a disconnect between their work and their values, stifling their creativity and limiting their potential for advancement. To unlock true financial abundance, they must align their career with their passions, viewing their work as a vehicle for self-expression and positive impact. When you are doing what you love, the money will naturally follow. Along these lines, it's crucial to recognize the symbiotic relationship between prosperity and purpose. Wealth, in its highest form, isn't just about personal enrichment. It's about using your resources to make a meaningful difference in the world. When you connect your financial goals to a larger purpose, you tap into a wellspring of motivation and inspiration that transcends mere monetary gain. This could involve supporting charitable causes, investing in sustainable businesses, or creating opportunities for others. By aligning your wealth with your values, you not only increase your financial abundance, but also enrich your life with a sense of purpose and fulfillment. To build on this, however, one must cultivate emotional maturity in their dealings with money. Financial decisions driven by fear, greed, or ego invariably lead to poor outcomes. Emotional intelligence is paramount in navigating the complexities of the financial world, allowing you to make rational, informed decisions that are aligned with your long-term goals. This involves understanding your emotional triggers, managing your impulses, and cultivating a sense of calm detachment from market fluctuations. When you approach money with emotional maturity, you are less likely to fall prey to scams, make impulsive investments, or allow fear to dictate your financial strategy. Furthermore, it's essential to cultivate a mindset of continuous learning and growth. The financial landscape is constantly evolving, and those who remain stagnant risk being left behind. Commit to ongoing financial education, seeking out mentors, reading books, attending seminars, and staying abreast of current market trends. Embrace a growth mindset, viewing challenges as opportunities for learning and development. By continuously expanding your financial knowledge and skills, you position yourself for long-term success and resilience. As you integrate this emergent self-perception, understand that financial reprogramming is not a singular event, but an iterative process of refinement and reinforcement. It requires vigilant self-awareness to catch and correct ingrained thought patterns that no longer serve your aspirations. Think of it as tending a garden. You can't simply plant the seeds of prosperity and expect them to flourish unattended. You must continuously weed out the negativity, fertilize the positive beliefs, and prune any self-sabotaging tendencies that threaten to choke your growth. To that end, consider the strategic use of affirmations, not as empty platitudes, but as potent declarations of your financial potential. Craft statements that directly counteract your limiting beliefs, anchoring them in the present tense to accelerate their integration into your subconscious. For instance, if you struggle with a fear of taking financial risks, you might affirm, "I am confident and capable of making sound investment decisions." If you grapple with a sense of unworthiness, declare, "I deserve to experience abundance and financial freedom." Repeat these affirmations daily, infusing them with emotion and conviction, visualizing the reality they represent. In a similar vein, explore the profound impact of surrounding yourself with a supportive ecosystem of individuals who embody the financial principles you aspire to adopt. Distance yourself from those who perpetuate a scarcity mindset, indulging in gossip, complaints, and limiting beliefs. Instead, seek out mentors, join mastermind groups, or connect with like-minded individuals who are actively pursuing financial independence and personal growth. Their energy, insights, and encouragement will serve as a powerful catalyst for your own transformation, reinforcing your belief in your potential and inspiring you to reach new heights. On the other hand, recognize the value of consistent self-reflection in maintaining your financial alignment. Regularly assess your spending habits, investment strategies, and overall financial progress, identifying areas where you may be deviating from your intended path. Journaling can be a valuable tool for this process, allowing you to explore your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors related to money in a safe and non-judgmental space. Use these reflections to course-correct as needed, ensuring that your actions remain aligned with your values and goals. Moreover, consider the power of giving back as a means of reinforcing your abundance mindset. Generosity isn't just a moral imperative. It's a powerful affirmation of your belief in the limitless nature of the universe. When you freely give your time, talents, or resources to others, you signal to the universe that you are worthy of receiving abundance in return. This could involve volunteering for a cause you care about, donating to a charity, or simply offering a helping hand to someone in need. By integrating these practices into your daily routine, you create a virtuous cycle of financial growth and personal fulfillment. Remember, financial reprogramming is not about instant gratification. It's about cultivating a long-term, sustainable relationship with money that is rooted in abundance, purpose, and emotional maturity. As you consistently reinforce these positive beliefs and behaviors, you will gradually transform your financial reality, unlocking a future of limitless potential and prosperity. Now, let's delve into the profound impact of financial boundaries, which act as silent guardians of your wealth and well-being. Many inadvertently blur the lines between their personal and business finances, leading to a chaotic cycle of overspending, undersaving, and ultimately, financial instability. Imagine a leaky bucket. No matter how much water you pour in, it will continuously drain out if there are holes. Similarly, without clear financial boundaries, your wealth will perpetually seep away, hindering your progress toward lasting abundance. Contrast the situation of a freelancer who consistently uses their personal credit card for business expenses, failing to track income and outgoings separately. This creates a tangled web of transactions, making it difficult to assess profitability, manage cash flow, and accurately file taxes. The lack of separation not only complicates financial management, but also exposes personal assets to potential business liabilities. Conversely, consider a business owner who establishes separate bank accounts and credit cards for their business, diligently tracking all income and expenses. This clear demarcation allows for accurate financial reporting, informed decision-making, and a stronger sense of control over their business finances. Equally important is setting boundaries with family and friends regarding money. Lending money to loved ones can be a delicate situation, often fraught with emotional complexities and potential for conflict. While generosity is commendable, it's crucial to establish clear expectations regarding repayment terms, interest rates, and consequences of default. Picture a family where one sibling habitually borrows money from another without ever repaying it. This can create resentment, strain relationships, and ultimately undermine the borrower's financial responsibility. On the other hand, consider a scenario where a family member clearly communicates their lending limits, establishes a formal repayment plan, and holds the borrower accountable. This approach, while seemingly rigid, actually fosters greater respect, transparency, and ultimately strengthens the relationship. The key is to approach these situations with empathy, honesty, and a willingness to say no when necessary to protect your own financial well-being. Furthermore, it's vital to establish boundaries with yourself regarding impulsive spending and emotional purchases. Many people use shopping as a coping mechanism for stress, boredom, or sadness, leading to a cycle of debt and regret. Visualize someone who routinely makes impulse purchases they later regret, filling their home with clutter and their credit cards with debt. This behavior stems from a lack of self-control and an inability to delay gratification. Alternatively, consider an individual who practices mindful spending, setting a budget, tracking their expenses, and consciously questioning their purchasing decisions. They ask themselves, "Do I really need this? Is this purchase aligned with my values? Will this bring me lasting joy?" By cultivating self-awareness and delaying gratification, They avoid impulsive spending and make more intentional choices that support their financial goals. Reflecting on this journey so far, we begin to perceive the intricate dance between our inner world and the tangible reality of our financial lives. It's as though we've been navigating a labyrinth, each turn revealing a deeper understanding of the forces shaping our financial destiny. The walls of this labyrinth, initially appearing solid and immutable, now seem more like projections, reflections, of the very beliefs we've carried within us. We see that the treasure we seek isn't hidden in some far-off corner, but rather lies within our capacity to reshape these projections, to dismantle the illusions that have kept us bound. The power to alter our trajectory, it seems, resides not in chasing fleeting external solutions, but in cultivating a fertile inner landscape. It's akin to transforming a barren desert into a flourishing oasis, not by magically summoning water, but by nurturing the latent potential within the soil, patiently cultivating the seeds of abundance, and diligently protecting them from the harsh winds of doubt and negativity. This internal cultivation demands both courage and commitment, a willingness to confront the shadows that lurk within, and to embrace the light of possibility. The insights gleaned along the way converge to reveal a profound truth. Financial mastery is at its core an act of self-mastery. It's not merely about accumulating wealth, but about cultivating a harmonious relationship with money, one that is grounded in purpose, guided by wisdom, and fueled by unwavering self-belief. This harmonious relationship, however, is not achieved through rigid control or anxious striving, but through a gentle surrender to the flow of abundance, trusting in our inherent worthiness and the boundless potential of the universe to provide. Drawing these strands together, we see that the path forward becomes clearer, illuminated by the understanding that our financial reality is a direct reflection of our internal state. It's as if we've been tuning a musical instrument, meticulously adjusting each string until it resonates with the frequency of prosperity. The discordant notes of scarcity, fear, and limitation are gradually replaced by the harmonious melodies of abundance, gratitude, and self-belief. As we approach the crescendo of this transformation, we begin to sense the immense power that lies within our grasp, the power to orchestrate a life of true financial freedom and fulfillment. In light of these insights, the path towards lasting financial transformation transcends mere accumulation of wealth. It requires embracing our role as conscious creators of our financial experience. The journey has been about breaking free from the shackles of imposed limitations, recognizing our inherent potential, and aligning our actions with a newly discovered inner truth. It's about moving beyond the surface level of financial strategies and delving into the depths of our subconscious, rewriting the narrative of our financial lives from one of scarcity to one of boundless possibility. As we pivot towards the final reflection, prepare to embrace the ultimate key to unlocking the financial destiny that awaits. Having traversed this landscape of financial understanding, it becomes clear that the true destination isn't a bank vault overflowing with riches, but a state of inner equilibrium where money serves as a conduit for a life lived with intention and joy. We discover that the pursuit of wealth, untethered from a deeper sense of purpose, is a hollow chase, a mirage, shimmering on the horizon, perpetually out of reach. The real treasure, then, lies not in the accumulation, but in the transformation, the metamorphosis of our relationship with money from one of anxiety and scarcity to one of trust and abundance. This journey has revealed that our financial limitations are often self-imposed, woven from the threads of inherited beliefs and societal conditioning. Like ancient maps guiding us through unfamiliar territory, these beliefs, though once helpful, can now lead us astray, steering us towards dead ends and treacherous landscapes. The power to redraw these maps, to chart a new course towards financial freedom, lies within our ability to consciously choose our beliefs, to cultivate a mindset that aligns with our deepest aspirations. And so, we arrive at a pivotal understanding. Attracting money is not about employing clever strategies or manipulating external forces, but about aligning our inner vibration with the frequency of abundance. It's about cultivating a deep sense of worthiness, recognizing that we are inherently deserving of prosperity and that our potential for financial growth is limitless. It's about embracing generosity, not as a sacrifice, but as a powerful affirmation of our belief in the boundless nature of the universe. The true practice begins now, not as a series of isolated actions, but as a continuous unfolding of our inner landscape. It is an invitation to step into a new identity, to embody the qualities of a confident, capable, and compassionate wealth creator. It is a call to cultivate gratitude for the abundance that already exists in our lives, to visualize the financial future we desire, and to speak words that reflect our unwavering belief in our potential. It is a commitment to aligning our spending with our values, to setting healthy financial boundaries, and to surrounding ourselves with a supportive ecosystem of individuals who inspire us to reach new heights. This is not merely a financial strategy. It is a path to self-discovery, a journey of personal empowerment that will enrich every aspect of our lives. As we embrace this new paradigm, we will find that money ceases to be a source of stress and anxiety, becoming instead a tool for creating a life of purpose, passion, and profound fulfillment. The journey continues, and the greatest wealth lies not in what we accumulate, but in who we become along the way.